Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, how we're going to fix this bad boy together. Guys, I have got to show you something that is so far beyond the pale of rationality and so far in the land of manipulate our users and abuse our followers on the left for gun control. Guys, this one takes it to a next level. Everything that I'm about to show you is going to be linked in the description box below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on as we go into this. And of course, do not forget to follow me at Braden LOA on X. Guys, it is the future. We are achieving incredible things together. Make sure you get over there on X at Braden LOA. All right. We're going to do this one quick because this is a Friday night episode, and I cannot think of a better way than wrapping up the week, because it was a hell of a week, with lefties abusing their own and then claiming victory. Guys, listen to this, all right? What I'm about to read you is some excerpts and announcements from far left attorneys general around the full auto machine guns that were going to be redistributed with the triggers, the FRTs. Yeah. Listen to this. Okay. 16 states, says Gun Owners of America, ATF must not give back any FRT to anyone anywhere in the country. ATF says, well, we weren't going to give FRTs back to people in your states even before you sued us. 16 states say, motion for preliminary injunction. Judge, stop them from giving back those FRTs. The judge, what are you smoking? You don't have any standing. You haven't been harmed, you 16 states. We withdraw our motion for preliminary injunction. Victory! ATF, all you accomplished was getting us to agree to do what we were already going to do anyway. Now, let me walk you through the backstory on this. Do you guys remember New Jersey's Attorney General, Matthew Platkin, came out, and after the FRTs were basically given back to the people in states that were free states, and he said, we're going to sue because we don't want the machine guns going back into our states, when the actual ruling was literally, it's not going into illegal states. So they sued something that they had already won in order to sue it, only to withdraw the motion and then claim victory for the entire action. Guys, these guys are so pathetic. It is next level. But I've got more here. Some examples. Look at this. This is crazy. Well, I mean, not really. It's gun controllers. But this is right up their alley. Talk about abusing your people. Watch this. Anthony G. Brown, this is the AG from Maryland. I'm proud to announce that alongside a coalition of 16 other attorneys general, we've successfully blocked the return and sale of machine gun conversion devices like force reset triggers in Maryland and 15 other states. FRTs dramatically increase a gun's rate of fire, allowing it to shoot up to 20 rounds per second. A higher rate of fire means a greater likelihood more people, including innocent bystanders, get hurt. This victory, is a huge step forward in protecting Maryland families from the devastation caused during mass shootings and other violent crimes. I am committed to standing up for our safety and making sure our families are protected from the gun violence epidemic. And here's a nice release. What? Guys, again, I would like to point this out. The FRTs were never going into their states to begin with. So why did they feel the need to launch a suit to stop an action that was explicitly stated was not going to happen? And then, after the judge says, what the actual F are you talking about, 16 states, they go, we withdraw, never mind. And then they turn around and they start saying how much they just beat the evil gun lobby. What? Are they so desperate for a gun lobby defeat or victory in their eyes, they just manufacture them? Let's keep on going. I've got even more stuff for you. This is, I think, from FPC, if memory serves correctly. Yeah. This is FPC's take. I showed you GOA's. Here's FPC's. Anti-gun states. We're suing to stop the federal government from sending seized FRTs to states where they're illegal. Government. We said from the very beginning they weren't going to go and do that. 1.5 months later, 4 days after filing an amended complaint, and 2 days after the preliminary injunction hearing that went badly for the states, the anti-gun states, big win! We're withdrawing our motion because the government promised it won't send seized FRTs back to states where they're illegal. Again, the exact same thing. Look at this post from FPC. Hilarious. 2 days after a hearing from that went extremely poor for them, the anti-gun states challenging the FRT decided they now believe the government had originally said what they originally said. Behold our opponents, people. We're beating them like crazy. This is literally what they're openly posting. Here's the actual notice of withdrawal of a motion for preliminary injunction. They are actively withdrawing. Let me read it to you real quick. In light of the following representations made by the federal government, defendants and rare breed trigger defendants, following the filing of this action, challenge the redistribution of force reset triggers, and given considerations of judicial economy, plaintiffs hereby withdraw their motion for preliminary injunction without prejudice. Why did you do it in the first place? Did you just want to burn some money from your constituents? Okay, let's continue. Pursuant to paragraph 12 of the Declaration of Matthew P. Varisco, and based on subsequent communications with counsel for the federal government defendants, the federal government defendants will not return FRTs into the following plaintiff states. And here are the states: California, Colorado, Delaware, District of Columbia, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, Oregon, Rhode Island, and Washington. Further, owners in those states will be given 3 options for disposition of their FRTs and will be warned that they may not bring any returned FRT into a jurisdiction prohibiting FRTs, and that doing so could subject them to state prosecution. That has literally been the entire stance the entire time. It didn't change. So then that brings you to the next question. Why, oh why, in the name of Zeus, did they do this? I'm going to tell you why they did it. They are so desperate for some sort of mention in their names in the media, some sort of cozying up to the gun control lobbies who have lost all their money through USAID, and their grassroots funding has dried up completely because we're just smoking them from on high. They're desperate. They're so desperate that they're going to file lawsuits on the cost and dime of all the blue states in order to prove something that was already not going to happen, and then claim victory when they withdraw like a bunch of... You figure it out. What's happening is nothing less than manipulation of their populations, of the gun control lobby. Guys, they love to say to us, the gun lobby controls Washington, D.C., and the gun lobby controls this, and I'm pretty sure when there's a flood or when there's a lightning strike, that's because the gun lobby did it. But it doesn't make sense at all, and all the while, they are consistently doing this to their own people. The gun control lobby is pushing these AGs to use all the powers of their state to do things on their behalf. You want an example other than this really ludicrous example? How about the Glock lawsuits that are in Illinois? The attorneys general there are using their state-level weaponized system to go after an international firearms company, and every town for gun safety's lawyers are running it. Guys, you are pushing them to the brink of absurdity, and it's beautiful. So take solace in the fact that they're having to invent things and then run away and then claim victory. They're straight up Don Quixote, and it's amazing. And I will see you on the next one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm Braden. See you later.